Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk about on the three-man militia, and one of the things that three-man militia needs to be aware of is booby traps. And I don't really want to get into booby traps, but I do want to give you an idea of, or some ideas on what you can do when you're getting ready to go to sleep at night. You have to have your rest. It doesn't matter if you're moving or if you're stationary. You need rest. About the only way to get rest is you need a secure perimeter. Now, the more in your group, the bigger the perimeter. Now, for me, if I like to say small, and we talk about the three-man militia. If possible, let's say you're moving and you're going from one location to another, when you crash for the night, you should do it in threes. Depending on your terrain, it's best when you can do it as a triangle shape. 3, 3, 3. That's the best way to do it. This way they're watching over each other. Now, then again, if I'm talking about your militia members, I'm not talking about women and children. That's going to be another story. But like I say, if it's your three, you got to remember the three-man militia. The reason it's threes is because we take care of each other, and it's a lot easier to do it when there's one on each side of you. When somebody's 100 or 200 yards away from you, you can't really watch over them too much. And they sure can't watch over you. So, keeping it in threes, you take responsibility for your three. Your three might be working with another three, or a whole nother team. I mean, because your specialty might be in one particular thing, and you will be maybe join a whole different group of people because they don't have the specialties that your team has. So your three-man team is still responsible for you three. I wouldn't give that responsibility to these other people. For one thing, you don't know them. You don't know their capabilities and all this other kind of stuff. So now if you're in a perimeter, that's another story. But like I say, I'm talking about when you're out, no telling where you're at. So in other words, you three have to take care of each other. So in other words, through the night, one of you should be staying awake. Now, if you can, depending on the circumstances, depending on the terrain you're in and this type of stuff, you may be able to kind of get close to another three-man team. And then 1 out of 6 can stay awake. It just depends on the area. Because I say you have to be ready to do what you have to do in the middle of the night. In other words, you don't unpack everything and then crash by the fire and think, hey, what a nice night, look at the stars and all this. You don't do like that. What you're going to be ending up doing is, like I say, you might have your fire, and then, if you're going to do that, and then 3 will come in to the fire and eat and do what they're going to do, get warm or whatever, I don't know. And then they get back away from the fire. The fire attracts all kinds of riffraff. So that's why I say, if you have a fire. And to me, that is the time. If, like I say, I've got my area already in Oklahoma, we're going to be able to, what is that over there? What is that? At night, you'll see a glow of the fire. Or we will smell the fire. So we know that somebody's there. And so if you want to do bad things, that's the time you do it, is at night when everybody's sleeping. So that's why you have your fire, you do your thing, then you put out the fire, and everybody is out away. Depending on the area, you might be just a few yards. Your 3 will be maybe 30 yards from another 3, or I say you might be 50 yards, might even be 100 yards separating each one of you. And the thing is, one of your 3-man teams might get hit in the middle of the night. Why? Because they're working their way to where the fire was, and they just happen to stumble upon your 3. Now, your 3, you're going to know what's going on if you have somebody awake, and as that attacking team moves in, you can allow them to get in amongst your triangle, depending on how your position is set up. There's lots of options, and it also depends on if they stumble upon you. I mean, your spot that you 3 are sleeping at. So that's another reason why I say you don't unpack. For sure, you are packed through the night. I try to have things, like if you have a tomahawk or a rifle or a knife or whatever it is, you have it pointed the direction you're going to go in case something happens in the middle of the night. And that's why you have it like that, because in the middle of the night, when all the excitement starts hitting all at once, you're going to be confused. If you know your rifle is pointed in that direction, let's go, boys, and then you already have a plan. So that's when like I say, when you're outside. Now, even for city folk, you can, I say, you hold up in some kind of a building, depending on the weather, alley, any place, and like I say, you will have a perimeter, half of a perimeter around you. In other words, you won't be able to be into a locked room. I mean, a locked room isn't all that good. You won't have no place to escape. They hit one door. Normally when I hit a place, I will hit all doors at the same time. And if there's no doors, like out in the country, I find out all the ways in and out. I hit them all at the same time. But one is the one I really go in, but the rest of them are distractions more than anything. Or they're a trap. In other words, I go in one door and you run out the other one, and you're screwed when you run out. So it just depends on how you're getting it set out. Now, one thing, now it doesn't matter if you're in the country or if you're in town. You put up what do you call them? Trip lines, like a wire going across, anywhere from a few inches to maybe a foot high, and this is what happens when people stumble on it. So you'll hear people fall, and I say when you have barriers like a hallway, okay, like we got let's see. Like let's say that's a hallway. You can put something going across halfway, and then you stagger it, and you stagger it, and you stagger it, so they can't just do a full run in on you. They're going to go around. So, and like I say, you put trip lines going across there, and then like I say, so not only they have to go around the barriers, but at the same time they're going to be having to watch where the trip lines are. But the first ones, they probably won't know trip lines, so they're going to fall. The rest of them will know there's trip lines. Now their focus is on barricades and trip lines instead of focused on how they're going to hurt you. So that's why you do it like that. What I would do also, when you, like I say, we're talking about a hallway like that, I would put up glass. I'd take a bottle and just slam it up against the wall, and then you've got a bunch of broken glass. So in other words, you can hear crunch, crunch, crunch as they're walking, and then if they want to get down when the shooting starts and they want to take cover trying to get down, you know, behind one of those barricade things. For one thing, I don't know if I'd have bulletproof barricades or just something, it just depends. But like I say, when they get down, they're going to have to get down on broken glass. So, you know, it won't be a good thing. I mean, all these things take their minds off of hurting you or whatever it is that they were planning on doing. So, and like I say, if it was out in the country, it'd be the same thing. I still put up trip lines, and then you can put, you know, cut down some sticker bushes and throw the sticker bushes down there. So same thing. They trip, they fall down right to the sticker bushes. You know, so anything to ruin their day. That's the whole idea. This way you can get some rest through the night. And I say, myself, I'm not too keen on stopping in the dark. I'd rather do a little bit of daylight. And like I say, I try to, I might, as I'm moving, I might do my laundry, you know, stop where there was the water, wash my laundry, throw my laundry on my backpack or whatever, you know, and carry that. And then just before dark, you start looking and find out something. So this way you got a chance to, in the daylight, to look and see what's around you and see where you're going to go in the middle of the night if you have to go in. Figure out where are you, and so you know you're not setting up camp right next to somebody. So, but anyway, these are things you need to think on. You do need your rest at the night. Pack your bags. You come in, go and change your socks and whatever you're going to do. I sleep with my boots on something like that. I'd be taking breaks, and that's when I take my boots off. But like I say, you've got to be ready to go in the middle of the night. Snatch your stuff up and get going. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.